Well, good morning there from Newport, Tennessee. I'm just about to head out to go to the tiny house community and also view some of the tiny homes from Incredible Tiny Homes. I'm so excited to be here. This was my ultimate destination to come see this community, to see if it's a place that I could actually live at, and just to explore tiny home communities in general. So I'm so excited to be going over there today, kind of taking you guys along for the ride and showing you what's possible not only for me, but maybe any of you guys who are looking for tiny homes as well. It's a little bit cloudy today. We're supposed to get some rain. Fingers crossed we don't actually get it, because it's gonna make touring the community a little bit soggy. We'll deal with it. That's why I'm wearing the hat today, just in case. Little snafu. I had a tour for Wednesday. However, I got here a little bit early and couldn't do the tour on Wednesday. Today is Monday, and I thought that they did tours on Monday through Wednesday, but they don't. So they're going to, I think a huge truck was coming through. So this gentleman right back here in the guardhouse, his name is Tim. He's gonna do some calls, and I told him everything that I'm doing, that I'm looking for this tiny home community, call my own, also look at these incredible tiny homes, and he's gonna make some phone calls and see what he can do. He may just do the tour himself for me, so I'm so appreciative and hope it all works out. All right, so here's the verdict. They don't want me to film any persons at the property, including them, the salespeople and people who are going to take me around and show me the property. Randy, who is the owner, is not there. He's actually out of town right now, so unfortunately they couldn't get a hold of him in time to do this. They're just gonna take me around and answer all my questions and show me the community, and then I'm going to film it, just not people, and then I'll do some voiceovers. One of the things that I'm going to do also is share with you the pros and cons from my perspective and what I want in a community and a tiny home, and you can take from that what you want. So that is coming to you right now. So the first thing is that they have 4 communities right now on the property where they are building the site. The first area that we're going into here is called the beach. It's closer to the area where you first come in, and it doesn't have like all the trees and stuff that you're going to see here in just a minute. The next area where you see all of the sand is the newest addition to the tiny home community. If you see that building on the outskirts there, that big long building, that's the one where they do a lot of the filming and building and stuff in there. And then if we go even further down, this next area is called the forest. This is their first area where they started building. As we go through here, you can see some of the tiny homes that are on the community. This other area is also one of their newer areas. They do have a 5th community that they're building that's in the mountains. It's just called the Mountain, but that is not open yet from what I understand. By the way, for all of those new people out there on my channel, I've had a lot of subscribers lately. As I've been traveling all over North America for the last 5.5 years, and now I'm going international, I was getting a lot of questions about how I did certain things, how I decided to sell my house or not sell my house, or did I get storage? All of these various questions that came up about the nomadic lifestyle, specifically transitioning from a sticks and bricks lifestyle to this nomadic lifestyle. So I put a course together called Nomad Mentorship Bootcamp, where I took all of the questions that you guys were asking, plus some things that I thought would be really beneficial to you, like putting a budget together to see if this lifestyle is something that you can afford, and see if it might actually be cheaper than your current existing sticks and bricks lifestyle. All of that's in the Nomad Mentorship Bootcamp. Not only do you have all of the education and the modules, you're also going to get live video calls with me once a month, where we have like-minded nomads who you can talk to. You can also ask me questions. We all just collaborate together to put this beautiful community together. So whether you want to travel full-time, part-time, RV, or travel internationally, Nomad Mentorship Bootcamp is for you. Guys, I'm doing something that I've never done before. I'm giving 10% off of the course if you click the link in the description box and get signed up by November 30th. So this is a very limited time offer. Use the coupon code StoryChasing1122. It's all down in the description and in the pinned comment. The cost for these lots is around $200 per month, which is very reasonable considering a lot of the other properties you go to, and costs can be $500+ a month. So all of the tiny homes that they are allowing on their lots now have to be incredible tiny homes. They did allow in the beginning a few that were custom built or came from other manufacturers, but now it's just incredible tiny homes. So if you want to live in these communities, you have to buy from incredible tiny homes. But I think that that's one of the great things that they're doing, is not only are they building tiny homes, but they're building communities for these tiny homes to be on, because as you know, if you've been looking for tiny homes for a while, it's kind of hard to find a place to put a tiny home because each state and county has various requirements on how big the tiny home or the home should be, and a lot of times it's a lot bigger than a tiny home. So the average cost for these tiny homes is from $20,000 up to around $106,000, depending of course on which one you get. The Incredibox is the tiny one at only 16 feet, and they have another one that's coming out that's 20 feet long. Make sure you watch till the end of this video where I'm going to actually show you the 16-foot Incredibox so you can see for yourself what it looks like and kind of how it feels in there when you're walking through it. They're using it right now for a sales office, so it has a little bit of office furniture in it. One of the other questions I asked was, can you put solar on these, and can you do rainwater collection in the tiny home community itself? And the answer was yes. I even saw a couple of the homes who had solar on their roofs. Interestingly, they are offering an off-grid package where it does come with solar and rainwater collection. That's kind of unheard of. Huge kudos again to Incredible Tiny Homes for doing that, because that can save you a lot of money in the future. Okay, let's talk about lead time for getting an incredible tiny home. The lead time right now from start to finish to get everything figured out for what you want in your incredible tiny home can be anywhere from 10 to 11 months. And then there's a 6 to 8 week build time, which is actually pretty incredible. That's kind of your wait time right now, which is probably what you were thinking considering the fact that these are in such high demand. As for the community itself, I did ask if they had any common areas, and the only really common area that they have is this trail that we took the golf cart down. It's kind of through the woods and it's graveled, so you can walk along there, walk your dog. Right now there's no common areas, not even like a little pea patch or anything like that, or a greenhouse, but they are building this pond over here that will be really nice. I believe it's going to have like a walkway around it, and there's also going to be a dog park over there. One of the things that I'm actually looking for is a community feel, and I wanted to know if people got together and actually did activities and had that kind of neighborly community feel in such a small tight area. And he says that it's getting better, but with all of the construction and everything that they've had, it's not there just yet. But I think once they put the common areas in, that's definitely going to help. And the other question that I asked too was, what about the demographics there? Are people single? Are they couples? Is there more men or women? And he said that it's predominantly single women. Single women are feeling very safe there and they're living there. This is the outside of the Incredibox. This is actually an office. They don't have anything that's empty right now for me to actually look at. So we're gonna look at this one and show you kind of what it looks and feels like, and you can see some of the furniture in here and get an idea of space. So this is kind of the living area. He's got his desk set up in here. Lots of light and windows in here. Ceilings are very high. Just your standard windows, open up, screen. And this is standing by his desk, by that wall, and looking out to the other side. So you have your kitchen counters here that he's using as his printer stand. Beautiful butcher block. We've got our kitchen cabinets over here. Nice little soft close as well. Nice cabinetry. I don't want to open up all their stuff and see inside. Beautiful wood. Tons of counter space actually to work on when you're cooking. Little sink. Like that butcher block counter there. Another window as well, so that while you're cooking and washing dishes, you got some nice light in here. Under this cabinet too, you can put a stool so that you can sit right here. This will be your table for eating possibly. We swing around to the very back. We have what looks to be the shower. Very tall, very spacious inside here. Good fixtures, lots of space, lots of lighting. And then over here we have a toilet with another massive window for more lighting. This looks like our hot water heater, cold water, and a closet. So this is from the bathroom looking out into the living area. Another huge pro to these tiny homes is that they come ready to go. So once it's finished, you can take your tiny home anywhere you want to. You don't have to be in this community. Anywhere you take it, no matter where it is, you are ready to plug it into electric and plug it into water and sewer, and everything is functioning properly. So there's nothing that you have to do with water, sewer, or electric. It's already done for you. So on the Incrediboxes that are 16 feet and 20 feet long, one of the interesting things about them, now this can be a pro or a con depending on you, they're made so that you can finish them out yourself the way you want. So think of it like a base home. There's a ton of tiny home builders that build them out and they're completely custom and beautiful and they'll do whatever you want to it. With the Incredibox homes, you start off at this really low base price and you can do what you want to it. So it's a blank canvas for you to put whatever siding you want on it. He had suggested some stucco flex siding, but you can do whatever you want. So if you look on the outside and on the interior walls, these walls are metal and you can see the rivets or the screws that are in them. And so you're going to want to cover that. The inside is the same way. You don't have to cover it. You can paint it. You can have the industrial look if you want on the inside. It's just a blank slate. So you can go paint the walls whatever you want. You can put tile up. You can just really make it your own. So if it were me, I would take something like this in its base stage and really do it up nice on the outside and on the inside. Paint it, put some tile on it. The floor is already there. The base floor is there, so you don't have to do that, which is nice. All your plumbing, I mean, all your essentials are done. It's really just making it your own with some color and woods and your furniture and just dress it up how you want. The great thing about it is that it's at such a low price point that if you didn't want to do anything to it at all and you just wanted to put your furniture in, that's good too. So I like that they're offering you options with this. The other question that I asked was that a lot of tiny home communities around the nation are zoned so that the county does not allow tiny homes, but they do allow RVs. So some tiny home communities will set the community up as an RV park, but every single tiny home that comes in has to be RVIA certified. And if you have that certification, then you will be able to go into these tiny home communities. So the good thing is that all of the homes at Incredible Tiny Homes does have that RVIA certification. So huge bonus points and pro for Incredible Tiny Homes on that one as well. One of the other pros is that I have watched a ton of videos from Incredible Tiny Homes, and I will say that I think Randy is the real deal. I just watched a video recently where one of the Incrediboxes actually caught fire, and he talked about how it caught fire, why, and how to prevent it. That, guys, is golden. I mean, the fact that he was so transparent about it, there are companies who would never have told you that, and you never would have found out, and you might have had issues later on. But I love the fact that they were so transparent about it and actually put a video out about it, and then went out to the person's house that caught fire and got it all fixed for them and got them set up on a system that would not happen again. So make sure you go watch that video. I'll link that video at the end of this video so you can reference that if you're looking to buy one of their homes. So for the cons, now cons, this is just for me. 16-foot Incredibox to me is too small. I would definitely need more space than that because I want to have a room or an area that's very much specific to my bed and another room that's for my couch. That one's a little bit too small for me, but I would probably go with the 20-foot one at least if I were going to buy the Incredibox. I probably would get something even bigger than that. I'm looking for something a bit more custom and a little bit longer with a lot more space than that. So I still want a tiny home cottagey feel, a lot bigger than my van, but a little bit too small for me. So those two probably would be out unless I decided to buy a couple of them and put them next to each other, which is another option. I can't really think of too many cons with their tiny homes. The cons for me are really the community. And so the people there were so amazing and accommodating to take me on that tour. So So absolutely fabulous employees that work there. So I really appreciate them for that. I think that speaks to the company and what they're doing and the people that they hire. As far as the community itself, I think it's the location for me. So as I was driving in, I drove past this manufacturing plant that's right next to the forest of the tiny homes. And I feel like that's not only going to be potentially loud, it very much has an industrial feel around it with that manufacturing plant. I've lived next to a manufacturing plant before, and I would get this black soot that would come out. Now that may not be the case for this place, but sometimes you just don't know what you're gonna get when you're parked next to something like that. And if I were really serious about this and this community, I would have asked those questions. The other thing that's over there is just across the street, kind of diagonal from the community, is a huge vehicle dumping ground. It looks like a vehicle graveyard. It was pretty dumpy to me. I don't want something like that to be in my community. The other one is just Newport, Tennessee in general, I think. It wasn't the feel that I was going for. I'm not bashing Newport whatsoever. It's just not my kind of a town. It's like a small big city, if that makes sense. It has a lot of stores. It kind of reminded me of Dallas in a way, with like strip centers and lots of like franchise type restaurants and fast food places. And I'm looking for something that was probably more like what I've, had in the Pacific Northwest and Mount Vernon, where I had some beautiful co-ops and lots of cute little local stores. Also, like when I was in Woodstock, New York, or Stowe, Vermont, those were some amazing places that had that real kind of community vibe to it, with a lot of local artisans and local stores. And so to me, it was almost a little bit too big as well. It's a no for me on Newport. I don't want that to discourage you. These are my impressions and the things that I want. So if you're really serious about it, go check it out and see if it's something for you. If you have any questions for me at all, I might have missed something and you want to ask a question about that community or the incredible tiny homes over there, go ahead and leave me a comment below. Also, if you know of any tiny home communities that you think I should see as I'm traveling around the nation, and also put that down in the comments below, because I'm really open to going around and seeing what these properties are like. I'm trying to get a feel for what I really like about a community and what I don't like about it, and I'm taking that with me and keeping notes so that I really know more of what I'm looking for and I can really hone it in on a specific property. Or do I just want to buy my own land and put my own tiny home on it? I'm not sure just yet. There's a lot of advantages and disadvantages to both. Thank you so much for watching. As always, keep story chasing, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.